I feel like I should get the laser sight as well. I don't remember how much the laser sight costs in the merchant. Let me check. Yeah. Laser sight. 10? I'm only 2 short. Got you. Laser sight there.
Need time.
You can't see it. Well, this is garbage. Why can't you see the full laser? That is so dumb. By the way, can I just say I'm not a fan of the save room music in Resident Evil 4 Remilk? I prefer the key signature of Resident Evil 4 OG's save room music. The Resident Evil 2 Remilk had a much better save room theme compared to the original Resident Evil 2. Let's see how accurate this is. Oh, that is very accurate. That's definitely needed. Because this reticle is terrible. The laser sight is definitely needed. Yeah, this makes the VR experience so much better. Because this iron sight on the pistol is terrible. And I imagine it's worse on the other pistols. I really wish Resident Evil Village VR had a laser sight system, even though the reticle was pretty good, as I've already discussed. Oh, look at that, I can actually see the laser at a distance. That is so good.
Wow, you are really slacking on your pistol.
And is it just me, or are these Navisidors taking more punishment than usual? See, how is it alive after that many shots? It doesn't make sense. Navisidors have never taken that much punishment like that. Whoa, shit! It's probably worth parrying these guys, given the improvements of the deflect system so far. No, you don't. It didn't consistently stun it. This is fun. I probably should not have been using my pistol, though. I did have to clear out a lot of the larger groups, so it was pretty justified. And I think I'm speaking way too soon when I say this is fun. It's definitely not fun, having to spend half an hour just dealing with these enemies. Here they come. Oh! Doing some Dark Souls parries right now with that, what was that weapon called in Dark Souls 3? The Uchi Katana or whatever it's called? It's what the first NPC uses in Dark Souls 3 after you kill Hudek's Gundyr. That's what it feels like I'm doing right now. I never thought I'd be using the knife to this extreme in this VR version. I'm having a lot of fun experimenting with it for this blind playthrough of the VR version. I definitely think this section is a lot better on the VR version because of the improvements with the knife. But it can still take a long time to do. Ah, that's bullshit. That was a parry. Or maybe I missed him. I don't know. Oh, fuck me! Jesus! Whoa. I don't think I'll ever get my left side audio fixed on this headset. I think it's impossible. I can't even balance it for some reason. Like, you know those features with headphones where you can balance the left side and right side audio? I don't have that option for some bizarre reason. I gotta say, on the VR mode, these Navisador do look pretty intimidating. That's just one of the things that you realize with the first-person perspective and the third-person perspective. First-person perspective makes everything feel very large. That's one of the main reasons why I hate the third-person mode in Resident Evil Village. It was not only insulting to Resident Evil 7's developers, but everything just felt so small with the third-person perspective. Like, when you're in the first-person perspective, you really feel like everything is large. Everything feels threatening. Even the lichens, when they're your size and you're seeing them through the first-person perspective, they felt intimidating. But when I just stare at them through the third-person perspective, they just look so tiny. It just doesn't feel right.
Great. There's 2 of them.
Grab the rifle, please.
Gotcha.
Oh, come on!
Gotcha.
That was pretty sloppy. And I kept having so much trouble grabbing the rifle. Because I kept prioritizing the pistol. Oh, I can buy the exclusive upgrade. I'll do that. So I wonder what that even means, shorten the cooldown period between effective knife attacks. Okay, but Vertigo should be a piece of cake. Vertigo's honestly the most forgettable boss in this entire pre-alpha. Like, they somehow made him more forgettable than in Resident Evil 4 OG, where he felt like he had a presence. It's so mind-boggling how Salazar managed to figure out that Leon was alive, and why that chain was even there when Leon was falling down that pit.
You're Remilk's lapdog.
Was that a parry? I couldn't tell. How did I get the parry at that distance? Yeah, that does work better on the VR version for sure, because you can at least parry while you're running and sprint backwards. I still don't understand the point of making Luis work for Umbrella. Why make him a former employee? What does it add? It doesn't add anything to the story. Rather, this fake story that they're trying to tell. And
Someone who used to work for
Resident Evil 4 Remilk. They don't even talk about his involvement with Umbrella in Separate Ways Remilk, so what's the point?
Believe me, I know.
And he saw me. This chainsaw guy is so random.
Something like that.
You just want to feel good about yourself. They mentioned this a couple of times, and yet they never touch upon it. That's really bad storytelling. And what's the point in mentioning it so many times if we're not going to follow up on it? Also, I find it very odd that they just talk about Umbrella, yet the intro for Resident Evil 4 Remilk, I think they're only mentioned once in the intro. But they just framed the entire intro around Leon, so what purpose does it serve to talk about Umbrella here when, at the start of this pre-alpha, you've established you're not a story-focused title, you're a character-centric title instead. And that's why the lore is all messed up in Resident Evil 4 Remilk. I'm just amazed that they're trying to give the impression that they care about the overarching narrative that they set up in Resident Evil 2 Remilk and 3 Remilk, but there was no overarching narrative, honestly. I mean, I played through Resident Evil 2 Remilk just recently, and I have it on my channel, and I didn't notice any story whatsoever when I was doing Claire 1 and Leon 1. And there's no point in doing the second scenario because there's no additional story moments that you're getting. I mean, the story was not handled very well in Resident Evil 2 Remilk. Even the characters were handled very poorly. He didn't see me? Okay. Alright. The chainsaw guys are going to be easier to take out with a knife in the VR version. Oh, what? Come on. Oh my god, those cutscenes are so bad. And then it forces the camera to face in Louise's direction. So it's very disorienting in that sense. I don't know why the developers are so stupid, or like, I don't know why they feel, I mean, then again, I don't blame them if they feel that most gamers are individuals who need to be, held by the hand. Or, like, they have to waste time with all these cutscenes that just direct the players to specific events happening. When they have better means, they can have a quote, some sort of environmental indication. Like, why do they have to waste time with all these cutscenes that disrupt the flow of gameplay and can allow the enemies the chance to get the drop on you because you're busy being disoriented by the cutscene? I mean, that's really dense of the developers. And it's those kinds of issues that plague Resident Evil 6, and that's what leads to a lot of broken moments in Resident Evil 6. That's bullshit, come on. It was clearly on the blast furnace. And Leon said the quote, "It moved," before it even did the animation of moving out of the way. That's really broken. Oh, what? Come on. It's really hard to tell where exactly Leon's model is when you're in the VR mode, because it looks like you're past the attack when you're not. I definitely think the original version of this pre-alpha's boss fight is a lot better. How? It's such a badly designed evade animation for the El Gigante. Again, it constantly looks like I'm past the attack when I'm not. Got him. Time to finish you off. That is a pretty shit encounter. What a horrendous encounter. That was awful. That feels worse on the VR version. Like, all of the existing problems that are already the case for Resident Evil 4 Remilk, they feel amplified on the VR version. That is trash. Like, I don't know what's worse, that or Bella on Resident Evil Village VR. That somehow got breathed in by the villagers. That is confusing. And this somehow translates to Pisanta having the ability to breed the Plagas. Is that what they were trying to go for with Pisanta? Like, was she meant to be the replacement for the Queen Plaga? Because the Queen Plaga in Resident Evil 4 OG was giving birth to those Plagas? At least those, Plaga type Arañas. And so, in place of the Queen Plaga, they just made Pasanta the Queen Plaga, because she has the ability to infect others with acid, even though it doesn't make any sense.
Fix up a bit.
And have to use the shitty iron sight. So you have to lean like this in order to actually control this.
Going off the rails. Lean. Hey, the cart's tipping over.
This detection doesn't feel very good.
Mierda. Do something about those parts. Oh yeah. Sweet strap. If we don't, we're gonna crash.
Oh no! God damn it! I completely forgot the magazine for the Red 9 goes above. Grab it!
Here it goes.
That is so dumb. Why does it not just hold X? I have to lean so far forward. It doesn't make any sense.
Remember. Of course they did.
And yet Ada doesn't take a fascination to the amber that she passes by in chapter 6 of Separate Ways Remilk for some reason.
We're going off the rails. Lean. Going off the rails. Get me ahead.
This section's not very good.
Do something about those parts. Oh yeah. Sweet strap. If we don't, we're gonna crash.
I'd much rather just be the left thumbstick. Why do I have to lean?
Hey, the cart's tipping over. Damn. Watch out. Up ahead. Shoot the board. Please shift off. Left turn. We're going off the rails. Get me ahead. Shit, this thing's gonna flip.
At least I can shoot and not have to waste time being stuck in the animation. What the fuck is going on?
Not looking so good. Hope the cart holds up.
My iron sight is on the enemy, and it's not hitting them.
Take better care of it.
This is terrible! The enemies were perfectly centered on my iron sight. And nothing was happening. This is why I don't understand why they get rid of the laser sight. Are these developers retarded? When their iron sight is this dishonest? Jesus Christ, who is working at the QA department? There's one person working at QA. And they were so intimidated by their superiors, they just lied about the actual state of this pre-alpha of a VR experience. Are they that dense? I mean, this is why laser sights need to be the standard for VR experiences. It's that simple. Oh my god, this is so shit! So retarded. Grab the ammo, you idiot! This is why you don't need 3 different points on the iron sight. You don't need that center part of the iron sight. You just need the 2 ends. Because of the fact that this center part of the iron sight can go up and down like that, or go left and right, you just can't trust it at all. Oh my- shoot him, you dumbass! This has to be one of the worst experiences I've ever gone through in a VR game, by far. Or sorry, VR pre-alpha. And given that it's the first of its kind, this is the worst sequence I've ever done in the pre-alpha of a VR experience, by far. Look at this reticle, look at it. You have this part of the iron sight right here. You have that, and then you have that. In Resident Evil Village VR, there was no center iron sight right there. I mean, I think there was, but it was just dependent upon these two parts of the iron sight. So you don't look, I'm aiming forward like this. Even, like, I can see the center part of the iron sight. And I just miss for no reason. It's so retarded. This is why the laser sight is neat. I don't know why they don't give you the laser sight with the Red 9. That is so retarded.